Hello, everyone, and welcome back to day three here of Ranger Stop and Pop at the RSP Lounge. And man, it's been a really great weekend.
Yeah.
And it hasn't stopped. It hasn't stopped. So today we're going to bring you a few more interesting actors and writers and everything that's here at Ranger Stop and Pop. But we're going to start off with the man right here to my left. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. And I hope that I do you justice, you know,
We'll find out.
and I didn't dig up anything incriminating or nothing like that.
Okay, good. Hopefully there's not anything like that out there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, we're here today turning up the heat with a guest whose performances have chilled us to the bone and warmed our hearts in equal measure. From the land of the long white clouds to the bustling streets of Sydney, he's captivated audiences with his dynamic range and compelling presence. Whether he's embodying the Norse god of darkness in the Almighty Johnsons or battling it out in the formidable Void Knight, as we all know him from in Power Rangers Dino Fury, he brings a depth of intensity to every role that's simply unforgettable. He's a man of many talents, a familiar face both in the big and small screen, and a force to be reckoned with in the entertainment industry. Please join me in welcoming the incredibly talented, the one and only Mr. Void Knight, Jerry Turner. Thank you for coming out. Did I do okay?
That was right. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was
Okay. I just want to
yeah,
make
very
sure
impressive.
that I did.
Is that the same guy? Is that
It
me?
is. It's 100% you because I was like looking. I called family members to make sure
Yeah,
cross
right.
references.
Nice.
Let's talk a little bit about really quickly about Power Rangers. You were involved in Power Rangers before Dino Fury.
Yeah, a couple of times before.
Yes, my latest recollection was it Joe's Towing?
Uh Joe the mechanic.
Joe
Yeah,
the
yeah,
mechanic.
yeah,
Just like
yeah.
I
So that was
remember
Ninja Steel.
when I saw your face in the Dino Fury, I was like, this man looks very familiar. So I went back. He was a mechanic who is now a bad guy. I
Yeah,
understand now.
yeah.
Yeah, and before that, what did you
And
do?
before that I voiced Weiger,
Wow, I
Spirit
did
of the White
see
Tiger.
that. I did
Yeah,
not
yeah.
look up. I was kind of looking at all your filmography and everything that you were doing. I kind of glanced over that. That's incredible.
Yeah.
How did you get into the Power Ranger universe?
So with Weiger, I auditioned as a voice artist, and it was grueling. Like if you listen to the voice, it's real gravelly and it was quite a challenge to do over a period of days. So I was like, okay, I don't think I can do that again. And then years later, I had friends who were directing and producing on the show, and they just called me up and said, "Oh, we've got this character, Joe the Mechanic. Would you be keen to play it?" I was like, "Yeah, of course, I'd love to do it."
Yeah,
Not thinking that years later I would come back and audition for
sure.
Void
Yeah.
Knight.
Did you get approached for Void Knight, or did you see an opening for that and say, "Hey, I'm going to try this out again"?
No, I got approached because I'd worked with the producer Simon Bennett
Yes. Yeah.
many times before, particularly on the Almighty Johnsons,
Yes.
and he just asked me to audition for the role. Initially, I kind of declined because I heard there was prosthetics involved, and I just worked in a show called the Shannara Chronicles, which was full
Oh my
prosthetics,
gosh.
and I was like, no, man, I don't think I want to do that. But they were insistent that I did audition, and I'm glad I did because it was the role of a lifetime. It was such a
Sure.
great role.
I want to say this that your role as Void Knight, as an adult, you Dino Fury kind of had a different tone
Yeah,
in the writing and in what you guys brought to the table.
yeah,
It was very much less comedic. We used to do watch-alongs on Twitch
yeah,
of all the episodes, and you can tell the tone was set differently,
yeah,
including your character. Your character was dark, and your character has so many levels to him.
yeah,
From unmasking to your wife on the show,
yeah.
you know, you killed it, man.
Oh,
Like
thank you.
you really brought it, and there was this sense of anger in your character
Yeah,
that you can feel, and that made him that's what made him scary on the show.
yeah.
um how did you put yourself into that role of being a bad guy, first of all, right?
Yeah.
And but still trying to be compassionate because you were trying to bring your wife back and all this stuff. How did you you're an actor, you knew perfectly how to do all this stuff because you
Yeah,
did it. How did you put that all together?
I think it was always coming back to being a grieving father,
Yes.
because as far as he knew, as far as Tarek knew,
Yes.
you know, their daughter had perished
Gone.
in explosion after attempting to give her to Pop Pop, and
Yeah.
then realizing that she must have
Yeah.
must have perished in the
Oh my
explosion.
God, yeah.
And so dealing with that grief, but wanting to, you know, to move forward and help Santura come back to life, doing whatever means possible, and that was to get the Sporix and energize the machine to bring it back to life. And you know, and it's simply that the Rangers just happened to cross paths and be in the way.
Yeah.
And it's not that he is malicious towards the Rangers or has any real beef with them. It's just that they keep stopping him from
Yeah.
achieving what he wants in order to save his wife.
That is wow. When you put it, yeah, when you put it that way, it makes so much sense. You are a grieving father, and that's driving the force behind you, wanting
Yeah.
to get things done to get your family back, but the Rangers getting in the way of it. That's like totally like good versus evil, but not really because you're trying to do something for yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But
yeah.
also, you know, these monsters that he works with,
Yes.
like Mucus and Slither,
Yes.
he needs to keep a facade as well. He's not genuinely
Yes.
evil, but
Right.
in
right.
order to keep control of them, to help him to achieve
Yes.
his goals, he needs to have this facade of being.
And that's the part that you showed so much, I mean, character in the fact, like when you went into the chamber to see your wife in the chambers, like once the door closed, everything came down. You
Yeah.
were again a grieving
Yes.
father and missing your wife and everything.
Yeah.
You guys had one of the best arcs in the way that you went from, you know, trying to figure out how to get your wife back, her becoming crazy evil on you,
Yeah.
you know, to then figuring out, you know, Amelia, you know, played by Hunter, was your daughter, and you figured out that that was your daughter.
Yeah.
What an incredible script, the way that was all put together.
Yeah, it was
because it
amazing.
left us as fans going, oh my God, I didn't put that together till like maybe almost the very end. I started putting pieces together, and
Yeah.
I mentioned on Twitch to them, I was like, what if Amelia is, you know, his daughter and he's looking for her? And my God, you guys played that so well.
Yeah.
Like you guys killed it.
I think the writers did such a great job as well. I
Oh
mean,
my
they
God.
drip fed a few hints
Yeah.
that Amelia could be Rathconian, you know, with
Yes.
the cake. You know,
Yes,
she was the
that's
only one
right.
that liked eating it.
Yeah.
Everybody's like,
Oh
what?
my God, you're right. I didn't.
Yeah. So
forgot
there was
about that.
little clues, little Easter eggs in there, and
Oh.
I mean, the writers are so clever, and they
Sure.
just knew how to sort of, you know, to make the fans realize afterwards,
Yeah.
oh, we should have known all along because they were giving it to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of Lord Zed, your character was definitely my favorite bad guy out of all 30 seasons.
Oh wow.
You
Thank
know, like
yeah.
it was played so well. And you just killed it, man. Now, before I let you go, what are you doing now? What are you working on?
There's a couple of things in the pipeline. Nothing that I'm able to talk about just
Of course,
yet.
of course, of
yeah.
course, yeah.
So I'll find out in the coming weeks.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
So you're still involved. You want to be involved in television and
Oh
film and
yeah,
all
yeah.
that.
That's all I do.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be. All right. Any future in maybe producing and directing your own stuff?
I've written a couple of things at the moment. So yeah, I'm working towards directing one of those.
Sure.
One's a short film, one's a
Very cool.
feature film. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Jared,
so
man.
writing's a great thing.
Good luck on you, man. And I told this to everyone else. You're part of the very, you know, till today, you're still part of the very last season until
Yeah.
we know what goes forward
Yeah.
with the show. You're now embedded in, you know, besides Joe the Mechanic, you're embedded you're embedded in history of Power Rangers forever as a lead bad guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So good on you. We'll be gone, and your stuff will still be playing forever with kids and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. You
Amazing.
know?
Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much for joining me here on Sunday, the very last day here of Ranger Stop and Pop. If you guys can, make sure next year to be here. Jared, will you try to be here again next year?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys do decide to come meet Jared. He is such a great person. He's not evil. He's not going to chop you up, and he's not going to kill you like he does to Mucus on the show and destroy you. We'll see you soon, guys. This is the RSP Lounge. My name's Alex. For Jared, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back soon.
Yes.